So guys, welcome back to Six Figure SMMA. I know for a lot of you starting, your main issue is you feel as though you have no authority. You feel as though you have no right coming into these businesses, telling them what they should and shouldn't be doing with their digital marketing. You feel as though you're going to be called out. You feel as though I get where you're coming from. And first thing I want to prelude with is the fact that I still get it. I still get it to this day. I still get it when there's a $5,000 plus contract, when there's a $5,000 plus retainer. I'm still like, I'm just a little kid. Like, why are you paying me all this money? So I completely empathize with you there, and that's a feeling that'll never go away, even as time goes on. And I'm sure within the next 3 years, I'm going to be paid $100,000 plus, $25,000 plus dollars to step on stage and speak, or to come in for a consulting job. You know, most highest consulting job I've ever done is around that $8,000 to $10,000 mark. You know, so we all just kind of get what we deserve in this world. So that's the first thing I want to tell you, is that you don't really get what you deserve. You get what you think you deserve, because what you think you deserve is what you're going to manifest. It's this weird paradox. Okay, so you know, I'm actually going to go ahead and show you how to have strong authority with pretty much zero experience, and show you exactly how I did it when I was first starting. So let's jump on the computer. First thing I want you to do is I want you to authority hijack, and big shout out to Jeremy Haynes, his course DMM. You know, I've taken every single course there is out there, and one of the things that he talks about is authority hijacking. I mean, there's many different ways to talk about it. I've heard this, this concept has been used before, but I like the way he phrased it, authority hijacking. So authority hijacking is basically this. You're right, you don't have any authority, but there are people above you who do have authority. Okay, so here's one of the beautiful things. When you go in there, you can openly and you subtly place these into the things you say. So you go, so I was speaking with my mentor. So I was speaking with my Facebook ads coach. So I was speaking with, so you may not, through these people, you have authority, right? So, you can openly say to them, one of my mentors, he runs a marketing agency out in London, and he said, because it's true, I'll be here with you, but I'm mentoring you, I'm coaching you. What do you think a digital product is? It's me coaching you, right? So, I've been coached by a agency out in London, or an agency owner out in London, and he was telling me, blah, 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 this, that, and you can kind of you can weave these things into the stuff you're saying, right? So I love the concept of authority hijacking, because, when you don't have any authority, you can just take it from other people. You can always kind of throw in coach or mentor and stuff like that. You can always kind of throw in the fact that you were trained by this person, because once again, I'm training you. I am training you. It doesn't mean I'm sat here with you right now, face to face, but I am training you. Okay, so authority hijacking, use that to the best of your ability. Let's jump into the next thing. Tell stories / parables. Now, this is one of my favorite stories to tell. This is actually taken from, I'm not sure exactly which part, but it's one of Russell Brunson's training. I'm not sure whether it's his Expert Secrets book, or I think it may be one of his funnel scripts. It's one of his other more expensive digital products that I'm in. Basically, the story goes along this line. It costs McDonald's $1.92 to get someone through the door for a cheeseburger. $1.92 in advertising cost to actually get them through the door. Now, cheeseburger only costs $1, so they're at a 92-cent loss here. But the thing is, they upsell every time. When you come into McDonald's, you don't just buy a cheeseburger. They go, "Would you like fries and Coke with that?" And of course, you get fries and Coke, right? And with all this combined, it comes out to maybe $3-4, right? So they're always at a profit. So the question I always ask potential clients is, "What's your fries and drinks?" So guys, I use this parable, I use this story when people ask me, what's the ROI in giving away, doing free giveaways, or doing, having a discount, or giving away something for free, or having a discount, or an offer, or whatever. And I tell them this story, and it builds a lot of authority and a lot of trust, the fact that I know that off the bat. So use stories and parables to the best of your ability. Use stories. I have this story memorized like by heart, right? So with a combination of authority hijacking and use authority hijack to tell stories, right? So you can tell stories through my own experience. You can tell stories through anything else you see online, right? So you can say one of my mentors or one of my coaches. They're not going to question you guys on it, right? You know, a coach I was trained by, he told me blah blah this that. You can easily go ahead and use that. You can easily go ahead and authority hijack. If you don't have an authority, you can use someone else's. And also stories and parables. You can also tell stories and parables within their certain niche. You know, there's so many ways you can go about this. Let's jump into the next thing you can do, which is speak their language. Like, this is probably like the number one key for me, right? For example, one of my old clients, a place called Unit here in London, their gym and their membership is like $300 a month. It's super high end. You know, I went in there and off the bat, I spoke their language. You know, off the bat, I told them the best converting ads. And I can tell you right now, the best converting ads for gyms, you know, historically is always a free week, or it's the second, it's 3 for 30. So either 3 sessions for $30 or 3 weeks for $30. Now they charge $300 for a month membership. So 3 for $30 wouldn't make sense. 3 weeks for $30 wouldn't make sense. So we ran an ad going, one of the first, second ad I ever ran was 3 sessions for £30 because they're based in London. And that ad converted amazing. Okay. So my point is, when you can go in there and you can speak their language, and that's why I told you, do your niche research. I was watching a piece of content from Gary Vee, and he had this special guest speaker on who worked in the restaurant niche, and he was talking about the retention rate from first encounter to first time someone comes in, to second time, to third time, to fourth time. If you can tell a restaurant owner that, some restaurant owners don't even know that themselves. When you can speak their language, that gives you authority. Trust me. Right? That's why you need to do the niche research. No, I haven't seen anyone else talk about niche research within the whole digital marketing sphere. Everyone's like, I don't know, you use this script or say this exact thing. No, like, speak their language, and it's as simple as that. Speak their language. If you don't have any authority yourself, hijack. Use my authority. Use my authority. The fact that, you know, you've been coached by a multiple 6-figure agency in London. You can even say 7 figures. They're not really going to call you out on it, are they? Right? A 7-figure agency in London. You've been coached online, right? Or whatever else it may be. And then we're actually going to give you another example. Use stories and parables. That's another great way to actually, you know, build your authority. The fact that you can pull out something off the cuff or, you know, in a flash like that builds a lot of authority. So let's jump into the next thing. Mention case studies, right? So guys, you can use case studies, and the beautiful thing is it doesn't have to be your own. Go look up all case studies online and look up case studies and go, look, one of my associates, so he did that within the restaurant niche in country X. So for example, I'm in London, so he did that in New York. The reason, the reason I wouldn't want to use London for me personally is because, well, then that person would just go to that other person, not you as the person who hasn't done it, if that makes sense. So for example, say I was trying to get into restaurants, I would say, you know, one of my associates out in New York, he ran this funnel and then mention the case study you find online, for example. And it's because of that I went, wait, why is no one doing this in London? And that's why I'm now delving into the restaurant niche after my previous experience, say in the gym niche, right? And all of the knowledge that I've received from my associate there. You can mention case studies and they don't have to be your own. That's the biggest key. They don't care. For most agents, remember I talked about the 2 hurdles. For the most part, if you can knock down that first barrier, which is I actually believe I need marketing, they're gonna go with you, right? The thing is, if they weren't doing marketing up until this point, if they weren't doing marketing up until this point, it's that first barrier that's holding them back. It's not the second barrier that they want to find the right agency, the perfect agency, anything like that. The main thing that they need to understand is the fact that it's possible and it's cash flow positive for them. It's ROI positive for them. If you can knock down that barrier, that's it. They're yours as a client. So let's jump into the next thing, which is this is a big thing. It's how to get them in their head and it's to become their spy. And this might sound a bit odd to you, but I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. By this, I mean get in their head and show them what other people within their industry are doing. Show them what the rest of the market is doing. And the way you can do this are through tools such as AdEspresso, AdFox, and Advisor. Now, AdFox and Advisor are paid, and AdEspresso is also paid, but they have a free version. Now, I actually use the paid version. I think it's like $49 a month or something like that. I'm not quite sure. But if you pay a year ahead, it's like $250 and you get it for a year. And AdEspresso is actually where I run all of my split tests as well. A lot of people ask me like, dude, how do you get those cool graphs and stuff like that? I use AdEspresso, and we're actually going to jump in AdEspresso right now. So, you can see AdEspresso. This is what it's like with the paid version. This is my personal account. You can see some of my stats from the last 3 months. This is the free version, so adespresso.com/ads-example. So you can actually look up, say, something like gym, and look, it'll give you all of these: Student Loan Hero, Troon, Strength and Fitness, Mike Brooks. Guys, this is, the free version is okay. It's okay. The database is okay. If you're on a budget, go for it. But, for whatever, like $20 or something, you can actually go to the tools here, or university actually, should I say, within AdEspresso, and you get all these other things. You can create your campaign right through here, run all your split tests, everything, and they'll actually take you through ad gallery. And the ad gallery, when you're in the paid version, is way, way better. So say, for example, that client unit, I actually went and I showed them what Equinox is doing. You can actually go buy advertisers, right? So I showed them, look, this is what Equinox is doing. These are the holiday sales they're running. The sales they're running, these are some of the ads they've got going on, the April exclusive, and I can show them, and I can show how the ad, I can see how the ad's performing, all the copy, where it's taking people to. And what I did was I actually printed this out, and I went to the clan, my old clan unit, and I showed them all this stuff. Right? And that is what I do. I became their spy. I kind of got them in their head, right? I got them in their head because I actually went ahead and I printed this entire thing out. And I came to them and went, look, the Equinox is doing this. And Equinox, at least in London, is actually like kind of a competitor of theirs. So you look up their competitors, right? Even if they're higher above them, you can still probably find them on AdEspresso if you actually just look up the company name. And start looking around, and even if it's in a foreign country, go, look, this is what other people in your niche are doing. Other people in your niche are investing in their marketing, investing in their paid traffic. Surely you should be as well. So get them in their head using that, kind of just become their spies. So when you show up to the meeting, you know about their niche. You know about their niche like the back of your hand because you've done the niche research, right? You know the best converting offers, the best converting ads, the best time to post, how often to post, whatever service you're offering, the best content to post, the sort of content people respond to. You can actually physically show them by showing, competitors, say, websites, or going on AdEspresso and showing competitors adverts themselves, right? You have stories and parables to tell. For me, I love that McDonald's one when people ask, why would I give away something for free? Right? You have stories and parables, right? And you have case studies. Go look online. There's a bunch of different case studies within your niche. And once again, as I said, that's not your case study, but you go, look, one of my associates out in New York, he was actually running these ads, blah, blah, blah. This is the result. All they care about the result. They don't care about the fact that it's your associate or you. And then you go, and because of this, I realized, why is no one doing this in London? And that's why I'm here getting into this new niche and actually saving this niche, bringing all this new information to this niche. So, guys, that's how you go about doing that. Next thing is, what if they ask for a case study? If they ask for a case study, once again, do exactly as I said. Pull out that case study and go, this is an associate in New York, and this is what he did. And once again, use that same script. So provide them with that sort of case study script, or your other option, and we'll hop onto the computer here, is provide them the case study from section 7 of this course. So within section 7 of this course, I'm going to show you how to get a client within, realistically, less than 24, like no more than 24 hours. Realistically, it could be a couple minutes. And if that sounds too good to be true, it's not. I just the other day I came up with a script for someone, and he managed to get 5 leads within a matter of minutes. So provide them the case study from the client that you got in section 7 of this course. Okay. Now, if you're offering C plus M, which is content plus management, or just social media management, or say funnel creation, just show them your work, not the results. Your work kind of just speaks for itself, because with content and management, you're not really sort of guaranteeing results. With social media management, it's just kind of an convenience offer. And with funnel creation, once again, you're creating the funnel for them. It's hard to kind of guarantee results. So just show them your previous work. And once again, if you don't have work, refer to section 7 of this course, which will be, you'll be coming up to shortly. Refer to section 7, and in section 7, you will basically you'll be able to see how to get a client like within a day, 2 days max. Guys, one thing I need you to understand is authority is a combination of belief plus competence, and it's as simple as that. It's belief and competence equals authority. Okay, guys, I was making $5,300 monthly, and I had no name, no logo, no website, and no case studies. That's right, guys. I had 3 clients, and these were big clients. These weren't like jokey clients. I had 3 clients, and I didn't have a name. I didn't have an agency name. It was just, I'm Iman and I do this. I didn't have a logo. I didn't have a website. That was a big one. People ask me like, do you have a website? I'm like, no. Like, do you have a name? No. Do you have any previous clients you could talk to? No. And I had no case studies. The only thing I had was niche research. I researched their niche for hours and hours before jumping into a meeting with a potential client. And I had all these stories and parables, and I had the case studies that I took from other people within their niche who were associates of mine, and I just used those. And I didn't have remember, authority comes from belief and competence. I didn't have the competence, guys. I'll be honest, I didn't, but I had the belief. My belief was so strong that it overrided the competence. Okay, so belief and competence. So a lot of you guys are super competent, but you maybe just don't have the belief yet. And some of you guys have a lot of belief and not the competence. You want to have both, right? But for me, the biggest thing is just the belief, because without the belief, you're probably not even going to try and become competent. Guys, trust me, this is possible. I was making $5,300 a month, and I didn't even have a case. I didn't even know what I was doing, guys, right? And the funny thing is, I was still bringing so much value to all these people, right? And we'll talk about this later on in the course. Realizing just how valuable you are, right? And how much you can actually charge clients and whatnot. So, guys, don't let that hold you back. Don't let your authority hold you back, because I've given you pretty much 4 different things that you can do now to bump up your authority. Okay, so let's jump into the action step. Action step for today: spend 15 minutes in the mirror today, guys. I know this sounds super woo-woo. I know this is like, you're like, guys, you're like, man, this is a social media marketing course. What the hell do you want me to spend 15 minutes in the mirror today for? Just do it. And for all of those that were, they've actually taken the action steps, or that haven't taken the action steps, guys, I do this for a reason. Please just follow along. Spend 15 minutes in the mirror today. What I want you to do is I want you to recite 3 facts about your niche. Recite 3 facts about the niche in a general sense. In a business/marketing sense. I want you to recite 1 case studies, even if it's your associates. And I want you to recite an authority hijack, right? So I want you to recite an authority hijack, something along the lines of, my mentor, who actually owns a 7-figure agency out in London, he was basically telling me that this. Or, one of my associates, and he actually runs a very profitable agency out in, say, for example, Paris. He was telling me, right? And repeat this again and again and again. And I want you to repeat this to yourself in the mirror. And I want you to look, what does your body language look like? What does your facial expressions look like? Guys, that is the action step for today. As I said, I know it might come off super airy-fairy and whatnot, but look, The reason I've seen so many other social media marketing courses fail is because they just give you a bunch of blob and information just all over it's a mess. We're doing things different here. We're actually getting you guys results. So 15 minutes, look at your expression. Look at yourself and ask yourself, am I firm in what I'm saying? It's honestly all body language and psychology and frame control. Go look at them and go look at yourself in the mirror and ask, am I what I'm saying, do I actually mean it? What's the tonality like? And keep practicing this again and again and again. It's not what you say, it's how you say it, and it's your body language. All right, guys, I'll see you all in the next module.